Hello, this is Ruben. Welcome to a riddle of the Bayeux Tapestry. I studied history and biology and did my exchange year at the University of Huddersfield in England. In England, the Battle of Hastings 1066, the last Norman invasion, is still a big topic and a thing. But that's not the only special thing about 1066. Another thing is that we have one of the most outstanding and unique historical sources about a medieval event. And this unique source I'm speaking about is the Bayeux Tapestry. The Bayeux Tapestry is a tapestry that's completely embroidered, 70 meters long, half a meter wide, depicting the events around the invasion, as said, completely through embroidery, not painted or anything. Some years later, I earned my certificate in falconry and later have even been the lecturer for history and for biology of falcons at the Burg Rabenstein and their falconry courses. And there we have just a very interesting historical document as well, a book, De Arte Venandi cum Avibus, of Friedrich II. And this tome is really outstanding because it's painted in a great manner. It is painted that good that ornithologists can even identify the birds depicted in the book, and even small details of falconry are explained in detail in this book. And there's one special thing I want to point out here, which we will see is important with the Bayeux Tapestry. When I founded my first Jagger team, it was in the spirit of falconry, and so we called the team Falco Jagger, and this glove was our signature. This is interesting because a falconer needs to have a glove. Only one glove, because he needs one hand, one free hand to, for example, feed the falcon and attach the straps of the falcon and so forth, and the other hand he needs for supporting the falcon, carrying it around. If you are having an eagle or even a falcon, even a big falcon maybe, then you really need a glove, but not such a glove. This wouldn't suffice, because the pressure power that an eagle has is about 20 kilo or more. So when you have the claws of the eagle sitting on your arm, and it's quite a heavy bird, clawing in and gripping your arm hard, then you have 20 kilos of needles pressing into the leather. So it would be easy for the bird to penetrate the leather of this glove, even though this is a welding glove, so this is not a toy. But even so, the leather would not be thick enough. And even with bigger falcons, I wouldn't really trust it, especially not with hawks, because hawks kill with their claws, and they are of course also clawing in your hand. So a glove is a signature for a falconer as well. One glove, not two gloves. Now begins the interesting thing. In the Arte Venandi cum Avibus, we do have depiction of gloves, of course, as we have in other historical manuscripts like Codex Manese and so forth. They are wearing gloves when they are hunting with falcons or when they are training falcons and so forth. Everything else like the hoods and the straps and stuff like that are also depicted in every detail. But now we come to the Bayeux Tapestry and the riddle. In the Bayeux Tapestry we also have falcons depicted. These falcons are carried around and are here, for example, depicted at a journey, people traveling around, though this looks more like a hunting party with the hunting dogs and the rider carrying a falcon on his hand. The interesting thing though is here that the rider with a falcon does not wear a glove, nor do other people who are carrying falcons in the Bayeux Tapestry. Now you could say, well, that might be artist freedom, so to speak, because if we look later on later depictions of warriors who are fighting or people who are working here, you have every detail. You have the detail of belts, for example, that they hoist up their trousers when they're walking through water and dragging the ships to shore. You have here people carrying around chain mail for the warriors and stuff like that. So it's a very, very detailed account of the conflict, and later you have the warriors fighting in full chain mail with their shields and their weapons and their armor and so forth, but not with gloves. Now, this might have been really like that, but it might also be artist freedom. But if it was artist freedom, even then it's strange that the falconers in the Bayeux Tapestry do not wear gloves. Why? The glove is a signature for a falconer, and you wear only one, which is artistically interesting because you are depicting one free hand and the other hand is different because it has a glove. So it would be artistically more interesting to have the falconers wearing gloves than not wearing gloves. But we do not see them in the tapestry. So why did they skip all the gloves in this tapestry? This is an interesting question. I asked Ann Möller, who did an article for this fantastic book about the arte venandicum avibus, the art of hunting with birds, and on medieval depictions of falconry. And she said, I don't know any analysis of gloves in the Bayeux Tapestry in that respect, and not with the focus on falconry in any case. So if you stumble upon any scientific article or something that could explain the absence of gloves here in a sensible manner, then you're most welcome to drop me a comment. If you're interested in falconry, well, in German there are many books for the education, for the tests that we have to do when we try to get our falconry certificate. Thank you so much for listening. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and share it, because the number of views, most of all, but also the number of I like it, are a very important sign for me personally whether I should do more videos. Thank you and have a good time solving the riddle. Woo!